Making sure you hit the go button.
Join the meeting. All right, looks like we're ready to go. I call the regular meeting for the Milliken Board of Trustees for January 8th, 2025 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will the town clerk please call roll?
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Sure you off tonight. Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Trustee Lane?
Here.
Trustee Nix?
Here.
Trustee
Here.
Orcutt?
Here.
And Trustee Wakeman?
Here.
Everyone is present.
Thank you.
Did we all say yes?
You three
You
said
the
yes.
three. We all said yes.
The mayor started with yes.
So they threw her off.
She heard what we meant.
Exactly. So does anybody have any adjustments or changes to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
I move that we accept the approval as presented. Accept the agenda as presented.
I second.
Something.
Town clerk, please call roll for a vote.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Trustee Lane?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Here.
Mayor Austin?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So we're going to have a long night. Because now the voting came up after.
Am I in, Carrie?
It says 7 are present. Are you not allowed to vote?
It didn't pop up.
You had technical difficulties.
Sorry, guys. That's probably an old one.
All right, next on our agenda is we have a proclamation for January 2025 to be the acts of. So, whereas human beings are biologically wired for connection, with social connection functioning as a human need, which is essential to our survival as food, water, and shelter. And whereas the U.S. Surgeon General's report, current rates of loneliness, isolation have threats for health more widespread than many other major health, smoking, diabetes, and whereas the highest rates of risk young people, adults, underrepresented racial groups, people with lower incomes, diseases, and whereas understanding the factors that contribute to loneliness and social isolation, and threats they present to our health and well-being, taking inventory of the community and societal dynamics needed now more than ever. And whereas creating healed communities that are healthier and happier requires action, which starts by reflecting cultures support the development of healthy relationships. Whereas Acts of Connection Health Initiative of Thriving Well aims to create awareness of the health risks of loneliness and isolation, educate the importance of society, social connection, create urgency of action to change and connect people to local resources and healthy social connection. Whereas Acts of Connection Month served this January to raise awareness about the importance hereby proclaim January as month in the town of Milliken, call upon government agencies, public, private institutions, businesses, and by embedding social connection in policies and programs, spaces and events that promote. Additionally, we call upon citizens to foster wraps around our neighbors, friends, and loved ones by seeking out opportunities to serve others, participating in community groups, nurturing relationships, and above all, showing compassion. This day of 8th is our Eve. We have some guests here tonight. Richard, do you have any words for them?
I would love to, just like a little recap.
If you would approach the podium and state your name for the record, please.
So my name is Samantha Vernon. I'm with Acts of Connection. I want to start by saying thank you for joining us in highlighting the importance of connection this month. Very important to our efforts and our hearts. So Acts of Connection is an initiative of Thriving Weld that's focused on building strong, healthy relationships and enhancing the culture of connection within our communities, which is very important. And it's on each of us to do our part in building that culture of connection. It can be as simple as saying hi to someone as you pass, calling up a friend you haven't seen in a while, and especially attending all the great and important things occurring in your community is a huge one. We also encourage you to engage with us at Acts of Connection. We have a website, actsofconnectionweld.org. You can go on there for to learn more and then get resources. In addition to that, we have a connection pledge that you can take on the website to be a part of this effort, and connection workshops that are just starting. You can go on there and request those for any entity group to come. Will come and do that process.
Thank you.
Come on, board members. Maybe the computers will work better when we get that. Squeeze up, people. Michael, wish you were here.
I got him. He is on the TV behind you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming down. Don't get me bunny ears.
He's trying to, yeah, he's trying to do bunny ears too.
He's actually in there twice, so we got two goals to do.
Oh geez, isn't one enough?
That's too many.
Okay, do we have any citizens' comments this evening? How about the minutes? Do I have any comments on the minutes from December 23rd, 2020? Then I'll take a motion.
Approve meeting minutes from December 23rd, 2024.
Second.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Nix,
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we have our town administrator Powell.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and trustees. So there really haven't been any meetings the last few weeks due to the holidays. I'm sure they'll start ramping up again. A pre-bid meeting for the alluvial well at the Ehrlich Lake Pump Station occurred on Tuesday, January 7th.
This is the second pre-bid meeting due to only one bid had been submitted the first go around, and it was a pretty high bid. So we put it out again for bid, and this time I would think it was 4 that showed. So the bids due January 17th. I think that's correct. 14th, okay. I'm corrected. So during this slower time, all evaluations for town staff have been completed and reviewed with staff and their department directors. So we're good to go for 2025. But Don and I will be attending a meeting at Central Weld on Tuesday, January 14th regarding their plan for the new pipeline and the water treatment facility. So we'll let you know what we find out there. Unless you have questions.
From the board? Yeah, that was slow at the beginning of the year, but
We'll take it because we get busier on another side. So
alrighty. Next item is consent item. And we regularly provide them for posting notices. So
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Trustee Nix,
Yes.
Trustee Orca,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
First item on our action agenda is consideration and adoption of resolution number 5-0.
I'm actually really sure because it was supposed to be her name.
it does say my name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's a C, so we're close.
It's really close.
Yeah. So for the past few years, we have donated, contributed to the Teen Impact Award. Really special event to attend. It's seeing these kids that are there that have been awarded, just it's heartwarming. And I'm sure it gives them a sense of elation as well as, continue growth and doing the good that they're doing in the community. So I would welcome you to come up and speak on it, if you will.
Yeah, hand out a couple things here. So, you're so. I think we can work here. We will be in really good shape. Here, I think I got two. So, my name is John Coed. I am the treasurer for the Johnstown Milliken Rotary Club. And our big event of the year is the Teen Impact Award. I am fortunate enough to meet a lot of incredibly wonderful, terrific kids. I mean, they are part of this town and Johnstown. You hear a lot about these darn kids these days, right? I'm telling you, we have some kids that are, knock your socks off, right? They are so involved, in like the entire community, volunteer work, straight A students. They are involved in their church. it takes my breath away sometimes. I mean, it's like sometimes I think, what kind of a slacker was I? I mean, so I mean, it's incredible, right? So this Teen Impact Award is not about who gets the best grades. It is not about who is the best athlete. It is about kids that make the biggest impact on their school, their family, the community, volunteer work, church activities. I mean, and there is some of these kids that just do remarkable work. And we have a lot to be proud of. We really do. And so many of the kids come from this town as well as Johnstown. It's just great. So last year, you were kind enough to support us with a $3,000 partner sponsorship. And so I'm back to ask again, right? And so, this is a really great cause. And so, I hope all of you people can make the event on April 3rd. It is at the Roosevelt High School, and it is a tremendous event. It really, really is. So, is there anything I can add? I mean, I could go on and on about these kids, but I think you probably also have the opportunity to see and meet so many of these great kids too. But I would love to answer any questions. The funds that we raise here is not only for the Teen Impact Award scholarships. We buy a dictionary for every third grade student in Milliken, in Johnstown every year. It is the best day of the year. I mean, you get to see all of these third grade kids and they're so excited to get this book. It's just great. I mean, we send kids to camp. There's just so many great things that we do with them, these funds, and we are all about kids. We are all so it does not go to pay for the club expenses. We recycle cans for that. We get $1,500 a year in recycled cans, which pays for all of our club stuff, right? Everything that we raise goes back to the kids. So, I'm here to say please, and it'd be a really big help. You're so welcome.
Thank you.
How much did we get? 3,000.
No, just confirmation that we budgeted.
Yes, it is.
Trustee Workott, any questions?
No, thank you.
Take a motion on that, please.
I move to adopt Resolution 2025-03 with an amount of $3,000.
The wrong resolution. Resolution 23-21.
2025-03.
It's at the second page.
I get the wrong.
That's what
It's
I
reading the
opened.
top.
Oh, it does say 2321 here.
Pardon?
It should be
It's just
2025-03.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's what it should be.
I thought that's what I read.
You did, but we have something else too, right here. I second that.
Now, please call for a vote.
Trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman, Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Nix. Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carried.
a great organization.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For what you do.
Well, we'll see you on April 3rd.
Yeah, okay, great.
Next on the agenda, authorization for discussion with Emily Horn presenting as history.
Good evening. On October 3rd of '24, we sent out a request for qualifications for consulting services for the survey and engineering design for the ADA ramp and sidewalk compliance project. On October 31st of '24, we received 7 proposals. A scoring matrix scale was used to evaluate each proposal. Cheryl, Wade, and I took part in the evaluation process, and Kimberly Horn scored the highest on the matrix scale. Their experience with CDOT project and requirements is what set them apart.
From the board, starting with Orca.
No questions.
Just confirming this was in the budget and improved.
It is in the budget.
Okay.
And we also received a TAP grant from CDOT for a little over $800,000.
Thank you.
No question.
More questions?
Just wait. Is this?
This is a different company. Are you referring to Tate?
Tate.
Yes, they sure did.
That was my only.
Right, and a lot of it is, based upon their CDOT experience and the CDOT requirements that Kimberly Horn, they're very familiar with. On this proposal, it wasn't based off dollar amount. It was just based off of qualifications only. But the dollar amount that CDOT would allow us to stay in the RFP was the $89,700.
No questions.
We will make.
Right.
Yeah, that's part of the project.
That is part of the project. There is a project map in the appendix A.
And we've also spoken to Josh Roseberry, who is school district. I don't know exactly what his title is, but facilities person. And just to ensure, because of any remodeling that middle school might do, that we're not installing sidewalks for
And there are 2 sections of sidewalk that we had identified in this project that would be leading into I'd want to call it like a bus circle, into that entrance right there. We're going to go ahead and skip that portion, because Josh is saying, that there's a good possibility that portion is going to get tore up during the remodel.
Any further?
I move to authorize the mayor to sign a professional service agreement with Emily Horn for the ADA ramp sidewalk compliance project not to exceed $89,700.
Second?
Trustee Wakeman, trustee Beckman,
Yes.
trustee Lane,
Yes.
trustee Nick,
Yes.
trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
The adoption of ordinance 851 and ordinance.
Thank you, Mayor Austin. This is an item that has been discussed at a couple of different work sessions So I don't think there are any surprises here. There are just a couple of things that I want to highlight that may be newer than some of the other provisions. One is that since the last draft was circulated, the definition of remote participation was revised. We talked about the fact that there may be technical difficulties that could create problems with both audio and visual participation. And so this does allow, in circumstances where there are technical difficulties, as long as we have one or the other, plus the ability for the participant to submit written communication, we can still allow remote participation. So that's item one. The second item was that during review of the existing code provisions related to meetings, some language in, let's see, section 2-2-70 of the municipal code was identified that does not seem to be compliant with the open meetings laws. So that language has been revised. There's a red line of all the changes that is included in the packet, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
No.
Thank you.
Only.
One thought is that we can get some experience with this, and if we think there can be some changes, we can amend.
I have no question.
No question.
I couldn't hear many, but I don't have any questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
I don't have any.
Go ahead.
I move to adopt ordinance 21 and ordinance Milliken, Colorado, board meeting.
Second.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
trustee Lane,
Yes.
trustee Nick,
Yes.
trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Off.
Yes.
Motion carried.
The next. Over here. It's a resolution declaring an end to emergency in or town of Milliken as
Thank you, Mayor. This is a companion to the ordinance that was just approved. We have been relying on the emergency declaration in order to utilize remote participation up till now. And sitting here, I just realized that we need to qualify this to take effect only after the ordinance, I think it was 821, takes effect. So in the motion, that qualification should be included. Just briefly for background, the declaration of disaster was originated by the mayor. That was on March 23rd, 2020. And then it was renewed and continued, that's language from the statutes, by the Board of Trustees on March 25th, 2020. So this addresses both of those, and it does repeal the disaster emergency. And once again, the motion should be clarified to take effect upon the effective date of Ordinance 821.
No questions, just glad we're cleaning it up.
No questions.
No questions.
Orcutt.
No questions.
No questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
That we, the.
So what I'm going to suggest, let me read a motion, and then you can say so moved. Okay. I move to adopt resolution number 2025-02, a resolution declaring the end of the local disaster emergency in and for the town of Milliken, Colorado, as declared in resolution number 20-11, to take effect upon the effective date of ordinance number 821.
So moved.
Second.
Town clerk.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Nick,
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item on the agenda is the public field development director. This is a and I'm open.
Thank you, Mayor and Trustees. We have received another request from the applicant for Sunfield Subdivision Number 2 to continue this until the February 12th Board of Trustee meeting, again, to allow time to finalize the development plan and some other documents that are outstanding.
The board.
Any questions, Michael?
Oh, no. I can hear you.
Trustee Beckman.
No
I
question.
promise I just don't want to not hear Elizabeth.
Maybe we should text him.
No
Trustee
question.
Nix.
No questions.
Elaine.
No questions.
No questions.
No questions.
This on February.
We are at present coordinating with the applicants' holidays, schedules, and time off and things like that. Kind of was what interfered this time, but we have drafts and we're working through them. So
I have confidence. Any comments from the public? Well,
Can I
he's a
report her?
reporter. We may have a. All right, no questions from the board. Closing hearing at 7:06.
Move to continue the public hearing for the Sunfield subdivision filing number 2, final plat to the February 12th, 2025 Board of Trustee meeting.
I second.
Trustee Nick,
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Austin. Motion carries.
Report from the board on meeting. Board. Voting. Or all answers. Okay, well, pretty light at this time of year. Have a lot of weeds.
We got snow.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
If there are no other further business to come before the board, I'll
Move to adjourn?
favor.
Aye.
Opposed?